Final Fantasy is owned by. Wow. Yeah, Final Fantasy and its subsidiaries are owned by Square Enix. The Pathfinder D20 game system is owned by Paizo. The FFD20 system is a fan-made system designed by Alan Willig.
Hey! We did it!
This is completely
Not
not
for
for profit. We're just doing have fun.
You did it!
Don't sue.
Don't sue.
Ow. It's not my fault that his name has some weird vowel consonants. Man.
I mean, with how you pronounced Trenzalore as
I mean-
Trenzaldor.
I can't be blamed for that either. Weird vowel consonants,
From
man.
Kajirma.
Uh,
How
Where
did
have
you
we left
pass
off?
Spanish?
I did not.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh.
I had teachers that very, very much liked cute little ol' Will and fucking cheesed me through Spanish.
So that's how you passed Spanish.
Mhm.
I
You
mean,
bluffed your way through.
Actually, did pretty fucking good at Spanish. I forgot it all like 2 years after high school, though.
Right, so where have we left off?
Where we left off, the party was just post they were just post the ceremony for the marriage of Hitomi Lilena and whatever his name is, Roderick. Immediately assassins sprung from the edges of the board and attempted to slay the newly married couple. The party intervened with some clutch dimension doors to tackle important characters to the floor and avoid insta-gib abilities. The party then deftly slaughtered the poor rogues and their daggers and blowguns, leaving one petrified, one tied up. That was it. The one that was petrified appeared to be the leader. Unpetrified, mutilated, tortured by Chef. The whole endeavor. That guy escaped with one leg, one and a thumb on one hand and no other parts of hands. Still escaped. Was immediately chased down thanks to some clutch perception rolls from Tyro. Yeah.
Him,
Booster
and
chocobos.
him, his escort, and the chocobo he rode off on are all
Yes.
dead.
Yes. Categorically. So, you all sit there. It appears the castle is secure. Only one spy is unaccounted for. What are you doing?
Spy check! No.
Askoke whips out her wrench and just fucking starts whapping people in the face with it.
No,
Are you kidding me? I'm a pyro.
I was about to say wrench. I mean, at least get Tyro to be the flamethrower.
Chef is going to go to Koke and let them know that they are going to go and actually for realsies change into the armor and they'll be back in like half.
Alright. And Chef departs.
I'm stood kind of next to Beast, wherever she is, just kind of like... Today was not something I expected existing. It's just been an endeavor.
Well, wasn't something?
Today's been an endeavor.
Yeah, I guess it has. Looks around the room. Sister almost died. Sister's now husband, congratulations. Yeah, he almost died. Dad almost died, maybe. He never even got to make that roll, so we don't know.
I'm just glad I didn't have to make the roll in his place.
Meanwhile, fucking Hitomi is still in the gold super dress from like 15 or whatever.
Yeah.
This whole time, like
Being very pretty.
just camping out being super pretty or some shit.
I was just whispering sweet nothings to her husband every now and then.
I tell V she's pretty as well. 'cause-
Beast looks at you,
Aw.
looks at Hitomi. I mean, seriously though, and look at her.
I still think I'm right.
Glances away, blushy face. What's
Just gotta hope your dad isn't gonna execute me for this morning.
He probably has other stuff in his mind. Zoom over. Javon just hugging Hitomi, just like you see one manly tear in the corner of his eye, like
I mean, from my understanding of dads is he is not forgotten.
No.
I am so dead.
Yeah, sadly, nobody important died.
Nobody at all died because I raised the two that did.
Someone
Yeah.
died. The freaking corpse down the street, and that guy that's basically dust died, and a chocobo.
No, nobody died.
as as you all reflect that the front steps of the palace is still covered in blood from the 8 assassins you guys killed.
Yep, nope, nobody died.
Yeah, nobody died.
Nothing at all.
They were just XP.
Nobody I care about, so they're not people.
We're all heretics. Then.
As you all go around and have your Golden Sun reactions.
Wow, those assassins! They were certainly something! I wasn't expecting that at all, as I was the first one to make perception checks. But I'm the first person to speak in this dialogue, so I must initiate it this way.
I'm gonna take a leaf from Chef's book and try to find like a side room or whatever. I still have my pack with me. I'm actually gonna change into my armor because I've been wearing this glamour dress all day.
I
And I
glamored
was wearing,
my suit over my armor, so I'm just... If I turned into Leviathan and back, was I still glamored in a suit when I turned back? Or am I, like, no longer in a suit? Or was I Leviathan in a suit?
I would say you
would
were
be
still in
good.
a suit when you turned back. And I would say based on your desires as the player, you may or may not have been Leviathan in a suit.
I was absolutely Leviathan in a
Okay.
suit.
Leviathan wore a suit through all that. To go back in your minds and pencil that in because that's fucking how that works.
But no, Nella's basically just wearing her regular traveler's clothes. This seat didn't get armored up. Just regular studded leather though, so it shouldn't take long.
Great. So now we have a snazzy serpent.
Well, I'm no longer a Stasi serpent, but I'll keep that in mind for the next time, so I could be like a chocobo in a tux. That'd be adorable.
I'm trying to build a tux for Burke at some point. We're getting around to that.
Oh, you got the hat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it's fucking inspiring it.
'Cause he's totally gonna wear that in a battle too.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm still in this suit that now has a stab hole in it from when I got attacked.
You had armor on anyway.
He would totally wear like a fucking suit into battle just to look good, and then Talon's gonna be like, "Why the fuck are you wearing that?"
It's like, well, shit.
You say with
like, well-
the talent voice.
Can I just point out to the people watching that Kev here has an amazing fucking range between Eleanor, as you've heard, and that character Talon.
Yeah, no, like,
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm pointing this out.
like,
Do
just
the
have
Talon
recognition.
voice. Do it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you did.
I don't, but like the going between Nith and Talon though,
Mm-hmm.
of the I'm a small innocent creature and I am a chore. Like,
Say I'ma turn you into scrap tin can.
Oh my god. I'm gonna turn you into scrap, you overpriced tin can.
Sorry, Kev, not to pile on. Just
Don't put it
yeah,
on spots.
yeah, just turn it right over here. Thanks.
now you're internet famous.
Yeah.
Yay!
Ken.
Anyway,
Just 'cause I
Next
spent some
Guild
time.
Wars expansion cast.
I was get out of my head, demon. I was about to say if ArenaNet comes to you, we get a cut because we're telling it.
Yeah,
That's how this works.
I'm your hype man. I get more of the
It's
cut.
because I freaking love Char and have practiced the voice over the years.
My man, if it works, it works.
Meanwhile, in Arya land,
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get back to the game.
Sorry.
So Chef's changing, Nell's changing. Who else is doing other stuff?
Seasons are changing.
The seasons. In fact, tomorrow the season is changing.
Is it wearing a dress or full plate or what?
Natural armor. Oh, natural, baby.
Oh, the birthday suit.
I mean, depending on how late it is, Nell might head out to shop, whatever. But considering everything is going on, wouldn't be surprised if all the shops are closed today.
It's actually only like 2 or 3 p.m. between the ceremony and the running around and the torturing and then the chase scene.
But
Still in the early
with
afternoon. Yeah,
The
no,
wedding was
the
like-
wedding
things might have
the wedding
shut
was like
down
a
for the day.
yeah.
Yeah, the wedding was like the morning.
Mm-hmm. Started at like 10 a.m. or something.
They were just gonna find a nice spot to kind of relax for a minute.
Yeah, so have we
Nearly
decided on
completely
a,
drained.
What was the
Decided on
prince's name again? The youngest sibling. I have it somewhere in the notes.
Zuth.
Thank you.
Zeus.
Where is he?
The little man.
Is he still attached?
He is
to
actually
Molly
he is actually in this room with you guys in the folds of Elion's dress.
The little boy that none of us have heard about for like the
I've met him. I'm his talking bat friend.
Mhm.
I'm back, girl. Middle of the night.
God. I'm just gonna be over here knighting, so you guys can do it.
Dark Knighting.
I mean,
That's
with Jamond kind of encompassing Hichomi, I'm not gonna approach and break that. I'm gonna just wait.
Mm-hmm.
Probably sweating bullets.
I'm gonna die.
None of us know about that really, so.
Nobody but Jeff. So yeah, I'm just waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Pretty much,
places
And you
closed,
all
so-
wait as you all lean against your benches and walls, and the little Elder Scrolls whip wait for time comes up.
fucking straps.
Chef struggles to plate.
Half hour passes. Chef plates. Anything else?
I mean, I'm assuming we're all gonna meet up and then have info dump. So
Yeah, we can say in these intervening hours before evening, y'all get to share all your bits between people who are absent for other bits, which players absent for those other bits are. What do you believe you to be missing anything of vital import, Kev? Because I don't know what recap you got.
I think I got the general gist of it. I mean, yeah, Apex, weapon organization,
Mhm.
terrorist group in East Haven.
Hmm,
Go take care of that after we deliver Hitomi.
that's kind of the gist of it. In general, y'all share your bits. You just going straight through to the night. Everyone just resting.
Well, I want to talk to Jamond if I can.
Okay. You wait for the family to soften their ironclad huddle, and you catch his attention. Yes. Okay.
I was thinking, since we are heading to Abaddon City, that maybe taking Roderick and Vase with us would be a better idea, because they won't be able to catch us on an airship, but here you'll be a target.
A lot of comfortable bedrooms on that airship, isn't there?
Ooh.
There seems, if I recall correctly, there is a barracks room. There is 2 separate bedrooms. They were using the front battery as a bedroom that can be converted easily enough.
Mm-hmm. Hitomi must go, that's true. And I dare not part her from her beloved at this point. But if you'd think that I can't see your motives for asking that Vis come along, you are sorely mistaken now.
I'm standing right there, aren't I?
Mm-hmm. As he just glares with the heat of the sun at you.
I'm just imagining him actually picking up a cursed glare from me.
We're definitely gonna have to buckle down security here.
That's true.
Especially with, you, Vis, and Empress, Yota too.
Indeed. Where is the lad? Glance around. Oh, there he is. Just in the room. Hi.
Somewhere.
I'm here
Here.
too.
I'm here.
Please say Zessin's there
wait.
too.
What's Zessin? Well, yeah, it'd be Yoda, Zessin, and Thrax. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zessin's freaking hacked.
How are you
just-
going to?
I'm just here.
Awful, awful creature.
Choir of Bangor heard on high. Does all Bangor become Waluigi?
God damn it!
Oh god.
I understand that I wasn't exactly caught in a favorable situation this morning. I had only just arrived and wanted to offer help. That is the truth, and that is what I'm going to forever say was the truth.
Make a diplomacy check.
Oh, I'm only moderately good at this, and
Add your
knowing
ratio.
our... There we
Oh shit!
bad.
In a moment,
We're actually feeling guilty.
your eyebrows do the like sincere mode thing, and like you see his stern dad thing kind of break a little bit. You are though, aren't you?
And what?
Tilts his head one way at you. I know my daughter.
Yes.
Of course. Straight out of the primal step, right into my castle.
There was no intent behind it.
Sure. Let me think about this. I'll have my answer before you leave tomorrow. I'm assuming you're leaving tomorrow, at least. I have no point of preference for that.
I spoke to Roderick. He would like to make a formal appearance first.
That's a
to make
good
sure
idea.
everybody knows that everything's okay. So if we are leaving tomorrow, it will probably be later rather than sooner.
All right. We can make that happen.
For now, my lord, we should focus on getting security set up.
Indeed. Knights? Like all NR knights all along the edges just whoosh.
She falls into.
Fan out through the entire property. Secure every room. You can stay, Eleanor.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to offer myself as a guard for wherever you need. I only need to sleep 2 hours a day, so when I had requested that these come with us to Moonbright, it may have been towards Eleanor, but I took the order too. And just because we got back doesn't mean that that's over.
He kind of like leans a little on one foot and kind of on the other. Do you care about her?
Yes.
Make another diplomacy check.
Say,
Oh!
Holy
Nice.
shit.
I have to sense a load of that shit.
Just leans back again. Thinks. If that's the case, guard the door of her bedroom tonight. But don't go in.
I give a unsure and kind of I don't know what I'm doing salute that I've seen Eleanor give.
Mm-hmm. As you do it, like without him even thinking, he reaches over, like slides your elbows to slightly to the left, moves your hand up, flattens it the other way, like
You do it this way.
All right.
takes a step
I'll
back,
commit this to memory.
like kind of like shakes his head.
Towers over me.
He's quite tall compared to you. So like he takes a minute and kind of like steps back, like just is one of those just moments of like, oh, someone's saluting, oh, they're saluting bad, fix. Oh shit, wait, this isn't even a fucking night. What am I doing?
Yeah. Eleanor's in the back just grinning.
I'll start my shift then.
Okay.
Awkwardly walk off.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to bandwagon a little bit, but Chef would be doing the same. I don't think they'd be there at the moment. Like just basically like just offering up patrolling. I only need to sleep 2 hours. Like
Yeah. Then like
Yeah.
approximately 45 minutes later, like Chef's wandering around, wanders up to him. Hey, by the way, I only need to sleep like 2 hours a night. Like if you need me to patrol anything, he just like looks around like, how many magic items do you all have now? This is ridiculous. Do any of you have to sleep?
Tyro does. He's actually. If he's already half asleep on the wall, he's just like kind of like a curled up trying to sleep.
yeah,
do,
no, he's
do any of you
curled
have
up
to
with
sleep?
his tail.
Zoom like looks around. Tyro on one of the bench pews on the edges. Oh.
But he's a cat. Cats
Yeah.
always sleep forever.
Tyro in the cat bed with half a saucer of warm milk, like out.
Like I have not been that low on MP since like first episodes.
Yeah.
Nell sees you getting back, so he's just gonna poke you on the shoulder and go, "Hey, but there's probably still beds upstairs."
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah.
kind of like wipes his eyes. He's like, all right, yeah, sure.
Do you mind if I talk to Yoda?
Yep, you can walk up to him. He's just there.
All right.
You need something, Eleanor?
Hey, are you all okay?
We're fine.
She
Looks
folds
up.
her arms.
Looks over at Zezin. Looks over at Thrax.
So, have you let them know about everything that's going on in Asmar right now?
More or less. Looks over at Zezin, at least. Is like, I know every detail of what's going on in Asmar. Eloping with the prince was a hard choice, but sometimes loyalty to state comes above loyalty to state.
What?
Right. Well, I'm glad your loyalty faltered.
Never and always. Salutes.
Did that 82 accidentally create a living paradox in a bongo?
I mean, if it was going to.
All of the paradox collected, and it went into that man.
Yeah.
It is dozen.
Anyway, now that we've had a marriage between Lullin and East Haven, I was hoping things would start looking up. With all this going on now, I'm not really sure, and I'm still worried about you and your dad.
Dude, fucking, Prince Yoda glances at Essen, glances back at you. It'll be fine, but look, I'm not gonna marry anyone from Hillfar.
I never suggested that.
I mean, I kind of would just finish off the whole quad. Nah, that's not gonna happen. He kind of like holds out one hand a little bit shorter than him. Dwarf women. Nah.
Fucking what, you little shit!
I've never seen a dwarf, but
Well,
I'll okay, sure.
You're lucky.
Yeah, no, you don't have to marry anyone. No.
Oh yeah, Tyro could learn dwarf next
Just
level.
let's regain my composure. Yeah, you might have to stay here for a while. At least until I don't know. I want to help you, but I can't think about what to do. Politics. I'm done, if nothing else.
well, yeah. Politics be what politics do. Whippity whippity whoa. Like, I don't know where the fuck that was going.
If no one else has anything, Nell does have want to speak with Jamon if he's currently free.
Okay, you find a free moment with Jabon shortly after him having a conversation with Chef and then Koke. Walk up to him. Let me guess, you don't have to sleep for more than 2 hours a night either.
Oh, God, no, I
You
sleep
can-
in if
You
sometimes.
could patrol the main court. Oh, okay.
No, I actually had a couple questions, actually, if you had a free moment.
Absolutely. What do you need?
When we were in Moonbright, we were exploring this dig site, and we ran to this sentinel that had to be hundreds of years old. He seemed familiar with, well, this. I hold up like the bow of the clever. And seemed familiar with Lullin. Said well, basically the temple was apparently ordained as, if I could speak today, it was known as the Temple of the Shatter Guard. I don't suppose you know anything about it. It seems like they had maybe a slight linking to Lullin.
Shatter Guard. I'm sorry, Nalara. I've never heard that name before in my life.
No worries. I was just a little curious since he seemed to know these arms pretty well. Actually, one quick question before I forget here. I actually had some mail directed towards this town. Is there like a post office or some place that mail goes that they're not certain where it goes in this town?
Glance at. DM doesn't remember. What mail did you send here?
I remember I spoke to Oris and I said if he wanted to like fund it or send something my way, I'd be in Lullin for a short time. And he said he basically tore the room apart.
You were, okay, yeah. I thought like you had sent something in advance of yourself to like. It's like,
no, I sent something to my parents forever ago, but I wasn't expecting a response back like anytime
I'm not
soon.
sure if a courier would get here before we did, but
you know, I mean, we're here for a day or two as well, and just bring Oris trying to get something.
I mean, if they're like an airship courier, Oris seems like the guy that would ship those books by express. Like
especially
the ship's equipped
I said
with dimension door. Like...
And I said we'd only be in in a short time, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was like, "Get this priority mail stat."
No, I think the only person who could warp that far would probably be fucking
Dices.
Dices, thank you.
That would be the most pissed off professor
She's like a
ever.
level 12 wizard or something.
But like the ship with Dimension Door that, like, you know, Captain, there's a storm ahead, and just go through it, whip through the storm.
And the only thing I told Oris was that we'd be in Lullin for a short time. So I didn't give like a address or anything.
We have a sort of post office, a royal post office on the corner. You could go check there, but if it was addressed to you personally, surely it would have made it to the castle by now.
Good. No surprise packages. Good to know. Well, sorry for taking your time here. Just nod and walk off.
What's the bird doing?
The bird is burbed.
Is the bird burbed?
Yes.
Okay, I missed that.
Oh yeah.
Or is it asleep?
I let my familiar with it go.
When everybody's done, I actually have a few questions.
Oh no, you're here.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, were you referring to me? Sorry, I said verb.
Yeah,
That's
that's what they were referring about.
Okay.
What question do you have, soldier?
Is the guy I'm guarding in the room with? Is he talking? Is he just like?
Not really.
You know,
he's being very quiet right now, contemplating all of his life choices.
He's kind of alone in this room with the bird. Not even questioning why they left him with a bird.
No.
Outside of, apparently, I'm guarding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Attack burb.
I mean, he's seen some shit today, so I ain't questioning anything.
Yeah, otherwise I'm just kind of relaxing, eating a green when I get hungry.
Occasionally watching you pull out a head of lettuce.
Bird just lounges.
Dozing off when it's sleepy time.
Alright.
Because I can perception while asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'd let the crew know that they can head back to the airship if they want.
Mm-hmm. And they do.
Let's see. Is there anything I want to do while I'm still here?
Everything Mel has to do is probably gonna be the next day, so he's done for the day.
Presumably you all check in then, no one has any late night shenanigans.
I do need a verb. If I need a perception check, take a 10, it'll be 15.
Okay.
I do want to pull out my kit for Ratons, and I'm going to start designing the quiver that I've been talking to you about on the side.
Wonderful.
Like, plan on how I'm going to start doing that, what I'm going to need, how much it's going to cost, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
Should I roll a perception, or should I take a 10 and have it?
You can roll your own way, whichever way you want. Seriously, did you?
Plus 16, so.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Let's roll it. I don't want to take 8.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take every chance.
Okay. Still basically the same.
Still basically the same.
Yeah, I can't think of anything I really want to do other than when Germond has a free moment, I'll probably, just to save some dialogue, I'll just let him know about the suspicious activity around Lullin.
Which suspicious activity?
With
the Echo?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
When time allows, because security in city is more important right now.
You find a moment when you bump into him and you let him know, like, hey, there's probably a facility probably around within this area on the map. In case you didn't catch wind of that. The bird, yeah. Question marks.
I mean, if you want to actually go through the conversation,
that's fine. That's fine. It's basically just like, yeah, I can. The only reason I know about this is because our mage has a bird that can talk to the bird and then relay the information back to me.
The evening comes though. Y'all find your bed and then take your nap in.
I nap for 2 hours and then I stand guard for the rest of the night.
I'm back to 40 MP. Well, with Scepter.
Okay. So that's Echo with a fucking. Oh, there we go. I go with the 25. Chef taking a 10 for 15.
Oh, do you want a perception from me too?
Yeah.
I am sleeping in my room. I cannot make checks.
Okay. Real quick here.
I mean, the guest room is like.
Suddenly, 10 cactuars burst through the window!
We're back!
Nell, could I get a will save from you?
Wait, what?
Oh dear.
What did I do?
You pissed off something. Clearly.
I did nothing. What the hell is
16. Okay, let me double check something.
I didn't even say where it was.
At the end, I'm assuming. Or
At the end, or
study, or
passing out
not
study,
the study, bloody, but probably some other.
Yeah, side room.
Okay. Okay.
That's never a good sound.
The next morning comes. Birds are chirping. It's a nice, bright, and sunny day. What are you guys doing?
Is the guy still there?
The guy is still there, asleep in a chair that he is tied to.
Wait, we tied him to the chair? I thought we kind of just.
No, he's still tied.
There was a moment there. There was a moment there where guards came in and propped him up in a chair and tied him down to it. If you remember.
I mean, there's a bed.
Yeah, just be really careful untying him, especially if his arms are behind his back, because. Yeah.
Spring-loaded knives, go!
Well, no, it's just. Oh, yeah.
He's disarmed.
He would be, being in that position all night. A quick movement could actually destroy some ligaments or whatever.
I'm back.
I'm back. Yeah, I was just saying though. I figured being a guest room, there probably would be a bed. I mean, if you wanted to.
Anyway, I guess we're all getting up.
Who's first up?
I'm already awake.
I mean, technically, Koke and Chef, yeah.
Yeah, they're already
only
awake.
a couple hours.
Tyler probably wouldn't be far behind. He'll probably wake up.
Does make me wonder what people do on those Ring of Sustenance nights, because even though they don't have to sleep, it's probably boring.
Yeah.
Last night I made sure that the airship was all workable. This night I've been working on a quiver.
Yeah. You just taking a 10?
Yeah, 19.
Okay. Let me double check that.
Question. If regarding those int the stat boosting items, would for int,
the skill points are covered by the skill associated with the item.
What?
The bonus retroactive skill points are already determined by the skill that is attached to the item. Is that not your question?
I don't follow what you're saying.
When you put on a Wrap of Smart, there is a skill attached to it that you get a bonus. You get essentially as many ranks in it as you have hit dice.
So I get extra skill points for every level that I have?
No. you get bonus skill points for one skill locked into it based on the headband. You do not get free bonus skill points.
Well, what I'm asking is, would it apply to skill points I get after I level up while wearing it?
Yes.
No.
If you increase your intelligence, yes.
Well,
because you will have your int mod if you increase your mod.
It doesn't change your amount of skill points per level at all. It just levels up. No. Basically, in order to prevent the weird, but I leveled up with the int thing on, so I should get the bonus skill points, but if I take it off, I lose it. Oh no, where did those go? I don't remember. Instead of giving you the bonus skill points, the headband gives you essentially its amount of skill points worth of skills capped. That's why it has a skill attached.
Oh, so it's assigned a skill.
Yes, and that's why the +2 only has one skill, the +4 has 2 skills, and the +6 has 3 skills, because if they just added to your intelligence, they would be worth 1, 2, and 3 skill points per level, respectively.
Okay, fair enough.
So it's actually it actually plays to better than getting.
The only thing is it does not stack with previous ranks.
Yeah. So you'd be wanting to pick a skill that you have no ranks in to get the most benefit out of it.
I see. That's actually still very useful.
Yes, it is.
I might have to consider that then. Sorry for the disruption there.
It's all good. Nothing in the night?
Nothing, it seems like, no.
Paranoia sensors is going off.
Meanwhile, Taro will probably wake up, start prepping spells, get changed back into the room and entwine, all that shit, because,
I'll probably get up, probably snack some food in town, and then start looking for a shop.
Okay, so yeah. As you wake up now and take in your room, there's a big pile of books on your bedside table.
What the? All right, I pick up books. What the hell are they?
It's Astrologianing and You, a preliminary guide to mana and to MP and magic.
What's my sign? Astrologian for dummies. Like,
yeah.
God damn it.
The chromatic primer part 1, the chromatic primer part 2, all the way through part 9.
Well, that explains why you didn't ask the address. Seriously, all right. How heavy are these books, and how many? So I have to figure out how this works.
All together, like 100 pounds.
Jesus Christ!
Like,
can't carry all this.
I have room. I have 100-pound space in my bag of holding. I have nearly 200 pounds, actually. If you want me to just hold them as a library and give you them one at a time.
I can carry up to 40 pounds of them currently, and while still staying, because I have mule back cords. I can carry all, but I'd be medium.
When they're in my bag, they weigh basically nothing to me.
Okay, first thing I'm gonna do, immediately open door, look around for... Actually, the most spellcaster person, I'd be looking for Tyro, if he's around.
Which, funny point, like, are you staying in a prison room, or are you just staying in...
I'm staying in the castle, like a side room.
I guess you... I was gonna say, or are you staying in the study? But nobody's staying in the study right now. It's being bleached.
Staying in the study.
Like,
no,
so,
that
yeah.
is a deep
She may have been staying in the study.
Is she on the same corridor as all of all of the other bedrooms?
Yeah.
Because if so, she like opens up and Koga's just stood there like leaning against her great next like I'm bored.
Yeah, no, you as you glance out of your room, like looking like, okay, which room was Nell? Which room was Tyro? You just see bored Koke, all like down the hallway, probably 100 feet from you.
Okay, it's a little creepy. Sort of don't want to ask. Have you seen Tyro?
He hasn't passed me in the last. How long have I been stood here? All night, so no idea. Where did he fall asleep? Yesterday.
I probably fell asleep in one of the side rooms or whatever.
Yeah, you basically poked your shoulder and you just headed upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not in here. Points to room behind me.
Mm.
And he hasn't walked past me, so. Why? What's up?
Magic is bullshit. That's about all I can say there.
Why? What happened?
I just sort of opened my door and just were just books piled in the corner. These were not here when I fell asleep.
Holy shit, that's like 100 pounds of books.
Yes, it is. Actually, I'm gonna like
Astrology and you. Just querying look. Alright,
as a side note, the only person who probably knows unless Chef has said anything is Echo and Chef about the test results. I never told anyone what I was doing there.
To be fair, Eleanor might know because it
Eleanor.
was y'all's. Oh, we took this test. Woohoo! That coaxed her into taking a test herself.
Yeah, but she never said the results there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, is there any type of letter or is it just books?
There's no letter. No.
I still don't know why you're going to ask for Tiro unless you're asking him to identify a spell that could have just teleported books into your room, because have you seen that guy's arms? He couldn't lift one of these books.
I'm pretty sure he can't sneak worth a damn either, so I'd probably hear him into the room. I'd probably be asking what spell can cause this, because how?
I'm going to give it a go. What is it, an Arcana?
Yeah, for this you can make a knowledge Arcana to... If you've ever
Or
heard
is
of
it
a spell,
spellcraft?
because well, it would be a spellcraft if you had like seen it being cast, but this is just a like, have I heard of a spell that's like that before? So I'm gonna say knowledge Arcana.
26.
Okay.
Which is funny, which is exactly what it would be if I took a 10.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Your from what you've seen between Tyro, Cookie, and Dices, there's a lot of stuff in the old arcane spellbook that you imagine could move objects extreme distances. But this is probably that kind of old magic.
If it makes you feel any better, it's not modern magic. I just make a little like rainbow with my hands, like woo. It's definitely gonna be more of the old shit. So maybe he got Dices to send it over, or I don't know if there's any other arcane spellcasters in the universe.
Other than Cookie, Dices, and myself, and maybe a couple others, probably not.
At least one who's gonna bother using this ancient power to email books to somebody.
I'm just hoping I don't get like a passive aggressive note from Dice's letter saying you're welcome.
As it stands, you're probably better off asking Tara about it. I tried. I'm gonna go back to standing guard at this door over there.
That'll be $17.95 plus tip.
I didn't ask for this, but well, I even told like Forrest flat out when I was in. I was like, the expenses would have to come out of his pocket because I was busy doing stuff in the Four Kingdoms.
So yeah, he's paying for the pizza.
Yep, he's paying for the pizza.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Searching for Tyra then. Since this is probably gonna take a bit in shopping, if people want to do other stuff, feel free, please.
Also, I'll say something I don't remember now. Sorry.
Chef is still just creeping and patrolling.
Mm-hmm. You'd search for Tyro?
Yeah.
Alright. You go to his room. Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah, who is it?
He there? Oh.
Snell.
Oh. Kind of closes the book I'm reading. It's like, alright. Opens the door. Yeah, what's up?
So, silly question. Do you know of any spell that can basically transport about 100 pounds of books from Moonbright to here?
Kind of just raises an eyebrow. Contemplates for a minute. Wondering if taking a 10, which would give me a 26, would actually do me any better than Koke. Or should I actually try and roll this shit?
May as well roll.
Might as well roll.
How awake is?
So I'm not expecting much, but...
How awake are you, Dero?
Never mind.
Awake enough.
Yeah.
32, holy shit. Okay.
I love Master Scholar so much for giving me that, for allowing me to add half my red mage levels to fucking knowledge arcana spellcraft and use magic device checks.
You learning, reading all you can about all these spells and all that shit. You know that there is a 7th level sorcerer/wizard spell that's teleport object that can go over hundreds of miles, moving 50 pounds of stuff per caster level.
Jesus.
It's very advanced. Like, to be perfectly honest, I don't think Oris would actually know a spell like that. And I'm sure if he had someone do it, he'd probably pay a fair amount of gil to actually manage that.
You also know that in order for someone to hit the destination of that sort of spell, they have to have seen it first. They have to have seen the spot that they're teleporting it to.
Out of character, did they fucking scry me? Is that what the will save was?
That's what the will save for the scrying.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
damn it, I hate when I'm right.
Be glad you weren't, like, taking a bath or anything.
I don't know what the fuck I was doing there.
It's just like just taking a bath. Like meanwhile, on the other end, like welcome to the teleporting post office. All right, where's the destination? This girl. Peek. Ooh, she's pretty. Tub full of books.
Oh God.
Use a mouse clone. Holy shit, people.
What was that?
I said leave the mouse clothed. Holy shit, people.
I heard she's a mouse clone.
She's a mouse clone.
No.
Holy shit, people. Jeez.
No. Okay, we'll sort that shit out later.
Alright.
I'm just gonna start heading into town. Maybe there'll be a magical book bag or something I can get so I don't have to bum this off on Chef.
That's just a magic bag.
Yeah.
It's literally just...
Don't pay for one! I can make one at half cost!
How much are they normally?
Doesn't
matter, I can make it for half cost!
As fucking as Nell wanders around, like, okay, no, we have magic bags at home.
Just the clouds part and Leviathan face. Just no, we have magic bags at home.
I need to count anyways, you can't.
McDonald's.
Yeah, Nell is just McDonald's.
Oh, God.
Let's be real here. Koke is a drive up to the window, order a black coffee, and leave.
Yeah, Echo would definitely kid in that situation.
Echo is off the triangle in the direction of McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
So long as she gets a salad.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Do you know what a McDonald's salad consists of?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I always assumed, you know, it was none of it was actually real produce. It was all like tofu and chicken toenail
It
cuttings.
seriously is just like a bag of like pre-prep stuff they already had that they toss into like a plastic bowl and then give out to the person. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Back on track.
Yeah, you going to find magic bag?
Well, actually, no. I was going to town to basically gather some information, see if they actually had that armor I was looking for. But I was trying to give everybody else a turn as well because it's been turn for a bit.
Okay, go ahead and make a diplomacy gather information.
I'm on guard duty. Look at me, I'm a little god. Oh, so angry at everything. I'm Eleanor, I'm so fluffy and pretty.
I better find everything.
Nice
Yep,
roll now.
no. That'll get you there. So, while you're wandering around in the market square, specifically looking for a mithril chain shirt, right?
Yes.
Okay. As you're walking around asking for that, you you go up to you find a man who appears to import armor. He kind of like looks at you strangely, and it's just that's a pretty peculiar thing to be asking for around now. I actually just offloaded a trio of those as a gift to the married couple.
So they're already sold.
And yeah, they were given to them for their wedding.
Interesting wedding present.
Were you expecting, per se, an attempt on their lives?
I think it's weird that they were doing it as a gift for the couple, considering one of them is very plainly as caster, but especially why 3.
Well, it's a 5%. It's only a 5% fail chance. It's pretty good for a caster.
And also, they're unlike the base Pathfinder that is casting in armor feats. Koke has light armor casting.
Yeah.
So she can wear chainmail, which is what she's wearing.
I really don't want to finagle with the married couple, though.
It's a funny thing to ask for. It in a lot of ways it represents this new alliance they're putting together, and it was kind of a metaphoric gesture. As resources from Hillfar, crafted in Asmar, gifted to a marriage from a couple from Lullin and East Haven, all together.
Just been all across everywhere, just trying to find some better gear. I sort of just motioned my studded leather armor, and that would have been perfect.
Studded leather's fine. There's nothing wrong with studded leather. But that mithril chain, yeah, that's excellent stuff.
I hate to say this. Did you already ship it to the castle, or?
We dropped them all off at the sort of gift. It makes like a table gesture. But I think not sure that even got touched with all the chaos and all. It's somewhere by now. You might find someone else that has one, but oh, I've seen you up there. I saw you in that fight. It might be a good thing to ask.
Just ask around town?
No, ask your friends, your buddies up there up high.
Yeah,
I was figuring on asking yesterday.
Ask the royal family if you can have shiny new armor.
I was going to do that and offer some money for that.
as the dog leans in from the heavens. You could ask around. I'm sure there's other people importing exotic armors at this point. Pretty sure I saw some cold iron full plate. That guy over there. What else we got? Glance.
Do you have a couple friends that could possibly use that? Not quite sure. Not very familiar with full plate.
Might be some sort of dragon hide studded over there, maybe. This whole wedding's been bolstering up a new sense of what's the right term? Cooperation, I'd say.
Find out more information about that dragon stuff.
I'll find some crazy stuff right now.
You said something about dragon leather?
Okay, just a radio said. After the dragon.
I was curious as soon as you said it.
Cloud's part dragon stuff, Cloud's clothes.
Yeah, over there. Point.
Take a look.
Man standing there in the bazaar, like armor racks, lots of weird stuff.
Out of character, I have no clue what the hell this armor is.
Go find out then.
I'm going over there and talking to them.
This is why you guys need earrings. This is why you need the fucking.
How much would that cost me to make?
Yeah, that's similar to what they freaking have in Critical Role now.
It's for exactly this moment. It's for the We need the out of character like just psychic radios like.
People get a game with me. I get plenty of opportunity.
You know, we don't even need them to take an earring slot. Link pearls are a thing.
They are.
They are earrings, though.
The phone, yeah.
Banana phone.
I'm just picturing like one of the Lullin guards is just like has their hand on their ear and it's just like, what are you doing? I'm playing Candy Crush. Shut up.
Anyways, go to the guy, ask about this nifty dragon leather thingy.
You walk up to him. He kind of like looks over at you. Ah! Ooh! Ah!
Hello?
Armor?
Armor, yes.
You look at this guy now that you're a little bit closer to him. Head to toe, gray fur. Looks like it might have been blue at one point. He looks like he also might have been tall at one point, but it's kind of hunched now. It's a really old Ronso, dude. Like,
ooh,
huh. That's the first we've run into, no?
You're here for the special armor. Ooh,
that's the dragon leather you're speaking about, yes?
The dragon leather. Okay.
Almost is just gonna rape my wallet.
Give me just a second.
I need to know stats and whatnot first as well.
It's like you walk in like the back of the price tag. It's just it's the fucking Pathfinder sheet. I actually gotta double check some stuff here. If you stand by for a second. Okay. And then
I just like the idea that Nell's asked about it and he's actually making these noises while he's trying to think.
I can see that.
She just like points at it. He's just like looking up at the sky. His eyes are all like just. Well. For the dragon scale leather, call that 850 gil.
What does it stats?
Yes, that's the important thing.
Tell me what that scale will do.
Go ahead and make an appraise check.
Oh god. The guy's selling that he doesn't even know his merchandise?
I mean, are you expecting him to be honest about the game systems of his own armor that he's selling?
I have some motive. But yeah, that's not
okay. You discern. You discern that it. Double checking that. Double checking that. Double checking that. Yes.
Well, 20's being generous tonight.
You're funny.
There was a moment.
Scroll further
It is
up.
now. It is now.
Oh god.
I cannot roll above a 10 to save my life earlier.
There's a lot of 2s and 3s.
A lot of us could.
Okay. This is the apology then, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Glancing through it, you discern that this has the principles largely of a suit of Masterworks studded leather. The +3 armor bonus, the +5 maximum dex bonus with a 0 armor check penalty because of the fucking hand wave Masterwork. You also know that the suit of armor, this one in particular, looking through it, it's a kind of ribbed, spiky blue. This armor itself is immune to water damage. But
sadly, it has the exact same stats of what I'm currently wearing, except for that immunity.
And largely, like, yeah, you would get very fundamental water resistance, which may not be very useful to you, really.
That, and I'm actually looking for plus stuff because Syria. So,
And yeah, no, that one's just masterwork.
I'll look it over, just shake my head, and say it is a fine piece of work, though. I hope you find a buyer for it soon. And guess I'm gonna head to the castle or wherever the hell that. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna be talking to the lovely couple. I guess. I hate it.
Don't want to see any of the other stuff? Got some crazy stuff? Okay, bye.
Well,
What kind of crazy stuff?
what kind of crazy stuff? I'm trying to not take too much time here, people.
It's shopping. You're gonna take up time whether you want to or not.
This one piece of armor.
We've got this plate mail made of glass steel. We've got hang on. Which is this? We have this padded made of griffin mane. We've got sweating is like you just look at him with a I'm not looking for that. We got this helmet made of obsidian. It's all very weird. Most of it isn't useful, but it's all very weird. And more so than
A helmet made of obsidian is just asking for shards in the eyes.
Yep.
Yes, especially because there's the fragile quality.
Yeah, I'll just have to shake my head and say, sorry, I'm not interested. Good luck.
Oh, okay.
Now head off. I gave him a college try.
Yeah. More so than the DM wanting you to look at what he wanted you to look at what he had.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you wandered back to the castle. Yep. Which one sounded so cool?
Dragon leather, but it's spat.
It's not great. Like it's like I'm sitting there like, okay, quick, dragon leather armor. It's clatter. Yeah, it's really bad.
I'm just thinking, like, I was like, is it maybe a +1 or nope? Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, Pelotol's dragon leather really isn't that great. Like it's just a thing.
It has side things on it.
Well, yeah, but it's just the negative energy resistance, which really came only useful in that arc, and then that was it.
When are you? Is it just still waiting for you guys to collect us, or? I guess
Essentially, yeah. Yeah, we have 2 people patrolling. Tiro's reading. Nell was shopping. You're birding.
I'm guarding.
You're girding.
I'm guarding. I'm guarding this guy who's tied up. Making sure that, A, he doesn't try anything funny, and B, no one tries any funny against him, because he's a liability.
I think I'd probably be having Ellen get up and go help cook, because she wants to do that now.
You're generally a pretty good cook.
And then, whatever folks want to do with the dude.
So yeah, we're Nell just walking back to the castle. Who are you going after?
I guess we're going after Tommy and Roderick. So I can say unless I can find that's gonna be elsewhere.
What did you roll?
What a fucking 40 total.
You rolled a folder. Yeah, you could find very easily, wandering another like 2 minutes. You could find someone else that had imported a fucking mithril chain shirt. But I don't know. When it's you could do it one way or the other.
I should have asked the guy if it was just regular, if it was like a +1 or +2, like I was looking for. Okay, yeah. Before I head in, I'm gonna check to see if anyone has any, if anyone imported any others. Like I said, I'm mostly looking for either +1 or +2. If it's regular, unless it's a way to upgrade it, I'm not interested.
You wander around. You find another armor vendor. They've also imported a mithril chain shirt, and you could go ahead and make a spellcraft check for me. Can you? Wait, are you trained in spellcraft?
I have no points in it, but it is a class skill.
Okay, so yeah, you can spellcraft. But yeah, no, he looks at you and he explains like, oh, it's a mithril shirt. I mean, it's only a +1, but it's magic. That's something. I also have a judge's breastplate. It kind of like leans over another stand.
That's heavy armor.
This one's pretty nice too. It's a +2.
I'm looking for something more geared towards light armor, sadly.
Light armor? Okay, light armor. We have this gloom mail. You look at it, it is the worst looking armor you've ever seen.
It's gloomy even.
Like all the links of it are just like bent and there's like all this like damage to it.
Is there any way to upgrade stuff from like +1 and beyond, or does that take a lot of time, effort?
Yeah.
No, it's.
In fact, in 2 levels, Chef is going to be able to upgrade everything by themselves.
Okay, I look at the chain shirt and go, is there any way you can further upgrade this, or is this not your specialty?
What kind of? I could find someone. What kind of timeline are you talking about here?
How much time does it normally take? We are on a little bit of a short.
It's usually like a full day plus to do
anything. It's a day, I'm sure, if we have time for that, no? If it's a week, obviously no.
We could delay a day, I think. Because they still got to do their thing.
You want to get it up to a +2? Yeah. That would be 3 days. 3 days.
I can always upgrade it later, but that +1 would help out a lot.
I'm sure there's probably someone in Abaddon City that could probably do the upgrade anyway.
Yeah.
So.
I'll just
I'll
just go with the +1. How much is he asking for it?
Well, glances you up, glances you down. Let's call it 2,500 gil.
Considering the way I've been rolling tonight, I'm not gonna try haggling it. Even though I know that's probably about 500 more than it's supposed to.
Yeah, it to be fair is very slightly more than it's supposed to be, but yeah.
Yeah, so I'll take it. Just hold up my hand. Deal.
To be fair, the gloom mail gives things bad luck. It's got powers.
Last thing I need is for it to rebound on and give me bad luck. You have a sale here. I'll gladly take my item.
Okay, here you go. God.
Last thing I want to be is a bonga.
Alright. Do.
Yeah, no, we need some bonga mail. Like, fucking crits for days. Just imparts Keen and Vorpal and all your shit.
Yeah, I'll just upgrade this later. And yeah, gonna be heading back to the castle, I guess.
You wander back, mail in hand, looking as you walk by the older Ronso man, just kind of leans against the end of a stall. Ooh, coming back! We got the armor here. It's all still here. No, come back.
Oh, poor guy.
I've got singing steel and void glass. Oh.
Ash, out of character, do you know how much that item would run, or?
For a bag of holding?
Yes.
Let me just fucking Google it for you here.
What size?
What size do you want?
size to hold these books?
Well, that could be smallest.
I don't think a minor would actually hold it. I think a minor's like 50.
Content limits 250
is the smallest.
There is actually a smaller one that is a different magic item on the archives.
Oh yeah, there it is. 50, 500 for that one, or 1,250 for a 250 pound.
That's how much it was at NPC, or how much I would give you.
That's how much I can craft it for. Double that for buying from an NPC.
Yeah, when I go back to the castle, I'm gonna request that and toss you that 1,250. Actually, I'm just gonna round. I'll just give you 1,500.
You're getting a tip. Just the.
I mean, she made the band for me before, so.
Chef has tipped, Koke a couple of times for this stuff. Actually, may or may not want tips for the craft magic arms and armor.
That and does not want to hear in the future. I did all this for you. You didn't give me anything in return.
You were tossed a counter sass tipping.
Oh, okay. Castle 9. Would a 23 be fine on that?
Castle 9 for 5. It's 5 plus 9 then, so yeah, that beats that easily.
Okay, I'll just take a 10 and I'll get it back to you in how many days?
Like a day and a bit.
You'll have it tomorrow.
Yeah, because Wonders is 1,000 a day, so yeah, fucking a day and a bit. God, magic items you could pump out so fast. Like,
for now.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where the smaller value items, where it's like, oh, like this only costs like 1,000 gold, and then it's like, okay, yeah, I can make that in like a day. It's like this one costs 100,000 gold. That'll take me 100 days. Like.
Yeah, with that done, she's probably just gonna stay in her room, door open, and check out those freaking books. So, have fun, guys. I'm taking no time.
All right. Go ahead and make a knowledge arcana check.
Great.
As you do your reading.
I'm gonna have to end up dragging Tyro for the shit. I just know
it. You're gonna have to have him tutor you in magic.
What the hell?
Okay.
Every time
or maybe not.
I roll high. This makes no sense.
As you flip through it, it flashes back to your mind of your little magic 101 you took in Moonbright. You flash back to that test, the aptitude test you took, and it's all really starting to come together. Like,
this is scary, guys.
You could magic. I mean, it's kind of like what you're doing already with the support magic, and it's the way that kind of bard songs work. It reminds you in a lot of ways of that, and like maybe it's more intertwined, and we live in a more complicated world than you would imagine. And oh god, swirling nebula of crisis. As you...
the actual fuck.
Don't worry, we all find out that we're mages one day.
Intelligence 10! Like, if astrology wasn't based on mind, wouldn't even be considering this.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, by the end of this campaign, everyone's gonna know magic.
Yeah. I already got it all planned
I only kind of know magic. I just steal it.
You just steal it.
You know enough to steal it.
Actually, that does bring up something. At some point during the day, Tyro will seek out Chef.
Okay.
Oh.
Chef, you're being
just around the hall.
You're being Tyrod.
I hope not. I hope he'd take me to dinner first.
So I approached Chef, and as you can probably imagine, my willingness to have my spells siphoned leaves a little bit of apprehension, given the fact nature of some of these older spells not care to have in the wrong hands.
Your hands are the wrong hands.
That being said, so far from what I've seen, you haven't used any of my spells for anything I guess I would consider nefarious or anything of the sort.
Says the guy that used Dia3 on a captive.
It didn't damage anything.
To the guy that used fucking Dark 3 on
a chocobo.
On a chocobo. On a fleeing chocobo, like.
Bear in mind, that was with the use of materia. He didn't draw. He didn't use the draw.
Wasn't my spell, doesn't count.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I was going to cast Blizzard on the chocobo, so I'm not much better in that case. Plus, I'm neutral good, which means I can kind of teeter on this just a little bit. But, that being said, so far you haven't used my spells in any way that I would consider truly bad. So if you wish to have a pick up any of my spells, I have no issue with that. As in, you don't actually have to ask my permission anyway. Just so long as I don't find you using them poorly, if you will.
Sure. Shrug.
Let's put it this way. Tyro is actually putting trust in you. That's the bottom line of this.
To be fair, the last 2 days, the last 2 spells I drew out of you were in defense of Lullin.
And that is exactly why I'm giving you my trust with my spells.
Nod.
And that ends that slightly awkward exchange.
Wibble, wibble, wibble. Hey, I don't like what you do, but I'm fine with that.
If I actually have to ask Koke a thing, but you know that I can't. I'm dedicated to my duty guarding this guy. Plus, I kind of need Tyro and Koke to be there, and I'm not gonna go out of my way to see Koke right now. So
I'm literally right outside.
And technically, you could talk to my familiar to tell it to kind of give a signal for.
Yeah, he left it familiar with you.
Left you a phone.
I could do that.
Yeah, it can give you an empathic signal to be like, yeah, come here.
I feel needed.
I'm sure. I guess I've heard Koke through the wall. Maybe I don't know.
I was just talking to Nell, so yeah.
Okay. I have high enough perception. Just
yeah, no, wait, yeah, you guys were just down in the hallway there. So yeah, no, Echo, you probably heard them. For the sake of that.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to Chocobo. Say, hey, like I want. Can I have thing? Can you get Pyro? I need him.
My familiar's like, yeah, sure. It's like just sends out the little like empathic signal to kind of like.
I am of the
feeling. My people need me.
I feel like the emotion is just crushing loneliness.
Aww.
And that's the signal of I need to go. BioWare walk off.
Hey,
I'm stuck in here with Echo. Can you pick me up? Please.
I'll head to the room where Echo and the
paging Master Tyro. Paging Master Tyro.
Hey Tyro, Nell's looking for you. Was he just walked past?
Paging Dr. Ed. Paging Dr. Ed.
She
the red zone is for
okay.
loading and unloading of.
Don't you go tell me what zones are for loading and unloading. I know what this is about. You want me to have an abortion.
What?
Has anyone? If you've seen Airplane.
No.
It's a weird movie.
It's an amazing
Anyway,
movie.
moving swiftly on.
You, like, Tyro, Echo, you find one another. Link Pearls would fix all of this. Enjoy.
Well, that wouldn't help me any.
No, it wouldn't.
Quick! Oh God,
I could use it to listen.
I take out the Link Pearl, just put it up next to my familiar's ears, like, yeah, translate.
Anyway, I want to talk to Koke. I got a thing that has
I go out the door, kind of wave to Koke. Echo has some questions for you.
Like
questions.
Why are you
I mean,
blue? Why do you have horns?
I'm kind of guarding the door.
I'm guarding too. I can hear.
You can just shout. It's all right. Not you. I can't understand you.
Okay. So, I remember I learned that one spell when I learned when I learned I could learn spells from the doodly papers, because of the doodly papers that Koke had. But apparently she wanted me to use it to make some sort of thingy. I was wondering if she could make a thingy for me.
A headband of intelligence?
Maybe?
That's what I made for V's. I mean...
I know that you make something. Can you make that something that I'm thinking of for me?
It costs skill to make.
Oh. Do you need me to get Gil?
Slow knife raising as the chocobo plots the bank heist.
That's a side session from hell.
I guess the one question to ask Echo is what do you want this item to do for you?
If you can get Tiro and talk to some of the other people, and they can foot you, say 1,000 gil, I can make it for you.
Okay.
I kind of like rummage through. It's like kind of like just hold my gil pouch. It's like said 1,000 gil.
Yeah, it's gonna take 2,000 gil to kind of gather all the materials for it. I can foot half of it, since, Chocobo. Not exactly, got money.
Yeah.
But I only have 2,000 gil on me, and I'm not spending all of it on the bird.
Yeah, Tyro takes out 1,000 gil. Hands it to Koke.
Is gil hard to get?
Depends on how you get it.
That bank over there's got so much extra. They don't need all that.
Oh god, it's the guy so green heist all over again.
For you, probably. Be hard to get a job, but maybe you should, now that you have a voice, ask for a cut when we do hunting stuff.
A cut of what?
The money.
Meat.
Start an echo fund.
She's trying to comprehend cutting money. Like she's seen a gil before. It doesn't look like it's been cut, but the way you're talking, it's like it's cut regularly. How do you cut gil?
You get a pile of the money, and you split it into equal amounts, called cuts. It's a term we use.
Oh, queen!
I have to make a bag for Nell first, so it might take me like a week to get this to you. Is that okay?
It's okay. I was just wondering if you could do it.
Yeah, it's easy.
Okay. This is just relay still.
Yeah.
Sorry about this, Tiro. We need to get her away to speak to everybody without needing you everywhere.
It would be nice, but at
least we just left them, right?
Communicate. Well, at least they have a way to communicate with us. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't actually cost me a level 4 spell to do so.
You still have that scroll.
Which I can't use till level 10.
The funny thing is, if you don't use it, I totally can use later. astrologian can win as the 4th level.
Yep, that they could. Which I might just end up giving it to you anyway.
And I can just imagine the look on the face of the captive being like, "Are they having a conversation with Chocobo?"
he says, "How do you split a gill?"
I'm sure Tyro could just answer those instead of like relaying.
It's funny to think that I'm doing it.
Yeah, it's more for the comedy of actually going through and relaying all of this through fucking telephone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
It's fun looking at Seth's armor because, yeah.
What's if that's all squared away here? What's all people doing?
I'm just waiting for us to progress to the next plot point.
As Chef is just, what do we do now?
Well, we gotta wait for Roderick and Hitomi to make a public appearance. You know, to say everything's okay, no one actually died. Then we can saddle up and go.
I guess at this point, with you guys going up and doing all the shopping and stuff, by the time that, because then
I wouldn't know if they left the room. I'm still outside.
you're camped there. We'll say like as you guys are having this conversation, the door there to the room swings open, and yep, Vise comes walking out.
Morning.
She looks at you. She's got like her eyes are like barely open. It's like morning. She keeps walking. Hitomi walks out. Roderick walk out. Hey. So just we need to make a public appearance and all that.
Yeah, you do.
We're gonna hop right on that. Waddle, 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 waddle.
I'm guessing it was the other sister's turn to keep the sister up at night with violent sons.
I'm surprised with that. I didn't hear anything.
You did notice perhaps when in the way that Hitomi said, well, we need to go make a public appearance, there was smirking. Like there was just mean smirking.
Oh, but you're going to be spending some time on the airship. Need to collaborate with Beast. Vengeance will be ours. You had nothing.
She's in the kitchen.
Which, to be fair, okay, outside that door all night, awake, you heard everything.
I have made mental notes for when I need to use such leverage in my life.
there were protections that had to be upheld in consolidating where the princesses were, and it wasn't the best combination of things. But no, they wander off, heading down into the throne room. They meet up with Germond. They meet up with Elion.
I follow along. If they've all left, I'll follow along with, because it's like, well, I'm guarding them, so.
And presumably at this point, Eleanor, you're following as well, I'd assume.
She's in the kitchen.
You're cooking. Never mind.
I'm helping the chefs with morning breakfast.
I guess they would stop for that anyway.
I'm having fun in here. Leave me alone.
Go ahead and make if you haven't already. Go ahead and make your profession cooking.
All right.
As you sous
time
chef
to fail.
as you
Time
sous
to
chef
fail
through the
epically.
kitchen, using your tremendous knowledge of what is being a chef as a profession to organize the room to make this dish happen.
How am I more skilled than the fucking royal chef?
Well, I mean, when you're
Passion.
when you're there, bringing the what's the guy's name from Ratatouille?
I've never
Nobody remembers.
I've never seen it either.
Anyone can cook, but only the passionate can be great.
Just channel your inner Queena.
Double sevens.
It's passable. It's
Passable.
pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
it's food. It's hard to screw up fucking
It's food.
egg
It's not
sandwich
snare
with
chicken.
sausage and cheese. Like,
Carrot stew.
breakfast carrot stew. With a side of breakfast carrot stew.
Yeah, that's what you like. This is fucking carrots. Would you baked carrots with carrot stew and
You don't want to
maybe
show
some
up with like
maybe some carrot cake after.
the most racist fucking breakfast.
But is it
Could
true?
be worse.
No, I don't know. Whatever's in the area. Potatoes, whatever.
You show up with your
Did
your
I
breakfast.
get no help for the rest of the kitchen?
Well, here, yeah. Let's see how what assistances you receive here.
Got the guy in training. Nope. Yeah, there's one. Got the one guy who doesn't know what he's doing, and then
Why is everything on fire?
Yeah, no,
That guy made death chicken.
no, the first guy was actually the head chef.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the new guy.
Yeah, and then the new guy made a death chicken. What did death carrots do? I'm not sure
Total.
which.
It's a 20, so yeah, you deftly put together a series of wonderful courses.
Right.
One of them you've got to scrap because the new guy ruined it. There's a moment where Eleanor you see him there and like it isn't cooked and other part of it's burned and something very deep down in your soul you just want to scream, "It's raw!" But
Gordon Bunsey over here.
I would totally imagine her just like grabbing him by the scruff of the shirt, walking him out of the kitchen, and just say, "You're a heretic." Just throw him out
The heretic of cooking.
Heretic in cooking.
Heretic in training.
Yeah.
But you
This chicken's fucking heretical.
you bring your food, sans the heretic chicken, to the throne room with its kind of long dining style tables that they were using for all the planning, and you set banquet there. The royal family eats. Even Zuth is there, which I feel is important to say because of his radical underrepresentation in the fucking narration.
I'm just standing away to the side, just kind of like God, like trying to stand like the knights. Just this awkward kind of.
Yeah.
I'm like half the size of all of you.
Awkward pose.
I like to imagine that there's at somewhere there's a Lullin knight with a great axe. There's Koke with a great axe of the same size, and there's another Lullin knight with another great axe. And it's just, all the axes are identical, but the heights are just radically different.
Yeah.
Hey, I could swing my axe with one hand. Can you?
Oh God.
You go ahead and make a perception check, Koke.
Largest one just picks you up, axe and all, and swings you.
Okay. You swear you catch at some point German glance at you and grin.
Oh no.
I'm just standing there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did nothing.
I've done nothing. I've done exactly what you're doing. Don't be mad now.
Nothing for once.
I don't see anything. She's just in her little like fucking commoner clothes. setting up food.
And it's just, I feel very out of place with how fucking tall you Vera are. Like, if I headbutted you, I just hit your crotch. Which, I mean, pretty good place to hit. But, like, what do they feed you?
Carrots.
I mean, you are like 90% leg.
One of them kind of like looks down at you, reaches up, like takes off his helmet, swings his hair around like long flowing locks, looks down at you.
Fabia bunny. Fab bunny.
It's a good culture of good food. What do you expect? Of course we grow tall here.
Jeans.
I'm double checking something. Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, even some of the VR are taller than Eleanor is.
Go ahead and make. Do you have knowledge and ability, Koke?
Me?
I'm
yes,
sure
I've got knowledge everything.
Okay. Go ahead and make a knowledge and ability here. You recognize this man and his long flowing hair. This is Sir Cavort from session 2 that all the girls were swooning over when the parade was going by.
Oh, so he's a pompous prick.
The pompous man.
Good job.
But yeah, you guys have your breakfast.
What's the tallest Vieran male can grow to?
The tallest, like really tall.
Is that even a listed stat?
You can drive it with the math. Oh.
I had to dig everywhere for Mauritian Heights and just eyeballed it.
D20. Wow. See, usually I use the PDFs for everything. I used like the page of PDFs on the FFD20 website. This was the first time that I just went to Google and I Googled Viera FFD20 and I went to the actual Viera FFD20 page. And that thumbnail picture that they chose for the fucking Viera page. I'm just shaking my head.
Yeah.
Heights. Where is it? I know there's a base height and then there's a die roll. Usually.
Well, maybe not for these races.
Yeah, they might not have bothered putting those tables together. Really tall. Like, I imagine the tallest, you're like down to the top of the head, or you're down to the top of the ears?
Top of the head. That'd be
top of the head.
Way to go.
I'd say the tallest a Viera could get would be like a Viera that other Viera would walk up to, kind of like glance up and say like, "Wow, you're really tall." Almost 8 feet. Like
rough guess.
How much?
Like almost 8 feet.
Okay.
Like.
I mean, some of the males in my tribe grow 7 feet. Nope. So I'm just exceptionally short.
I did find a 5th edition homebrew, but it was just basically the base height is 5'6", and you can choose to add a D12 to it.
No, there's a thing somewhere where it's different races, like they have a base height, and then you roll for height after that. I think
I just used the canonical Final Fantasy 14 height and then went smaller. We have this really weird, like, extreme dimorphism between our males and our females. Like, we're really dainty, and the men are just.
Well, luckily for you, you are in the company. Male or female, we are all gorgeous here.
Oh, god damn it.
I can see the shine on his teeth.
I'm just imagining, okay, has anyone ever watched or read Fairy Tale?
No.
I'll post it after session.
Okay.
It's like, so what's your charisma, buddy? I got 20.
I'd say so. You are quite a fine specimen. I do say so myself.
Thank you.
Just
see Vise just
looks down at you, looks over at Vise. So is yours. He looks back forward, puts helmet on.
Too right.
Fucking news travels, man.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Fuck. Wait, does this mean Jaman's a gossip? Or is this a watch out for the little savage after my dog?
It's called Lullin. It's all about the rumors.
I'm just gonna stay quiet after that.
When you've got ears that big, it's hard not to hear rumors.
Alright.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all have your food. What was that homebrew buff for good meal?
It was like a +1 fortitude or something.
Yeah. Let me pull it up again.
This would definitely merit that.
Let's see. Just keep talking while I look for it.
Okay. You take that buff, whatever that buff is, and you all, whoever is all in this entourage,
I'm not eating.
okay, travels with everyone down to the market square, and on a stage out in front of the bazaar, they stand up. A small floating orb on a stand is brought forward. German walks up and taps it. There's an echoing tapping coming across from the entire market square. And he steps aside, and Roderick and Hitomi walk up to the edge. And as soon as they are standing like center stage, like at the mic, and like it's clear they're about to make an address, the entire market just erupts in applause.
I applaud too.
And they kind of like look out over everybody, and they bow a little, and they hold their hands, and like they look at each other holding each other's hands, and they look at each other, and they look at the crowd, like that whole exchange. The announcement they give is fairly run of the mill. It's basically it's along the lines of, we are here, we are alive, we are happy, don't worry. The assassination stuff was all handled. The wedding is still good and valid. You know, they got the priest there, like, fucking thumbs up on the side.
For shits and giggles, I'm going to roll perception.
Okay. Is anybody else rolling perception?
26.
I'll just take my 10, 15.
I'm still in the room, aren't I? Because the guy's still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm
So
not
your
there.
Echo's just camped out with the man.
I'm still not making. I'm not making any perceptions here.
I think Eleanor would have come outside. She's still not in her armor, just in her cookware.
You know what? I may as well roll just in case I get a crit.
Okay.
You said from half away across the city.
Tyro and Koke, glancing around the crowd, you do see
no crit.
You do see at probably about 3 individuals wearing kind of black cloaks.
Oh no, that's in poor taste.
At least a little bit similar to the other day.
Am I stood next to any of the guards? Because I followed them.
You're kind of up on the stage on the side, like in the whole kind of lineup in the back, and there's knights there. There are plenty of knights there that you can poke.
I'm just gonna say casually, kind of under my breath, loud enough so that the ones near me can hear in Viren. 3 shadowy figures in the crowd. Keep an eye on them. They've got black cloaks. Can't be too careful after yesterday.
The two of them kind of like glance down at you, glance up at the crowd, and they both kind of step out from beside you and down off the left side of the stage and around. As the address continues and all that, and we're fine, we're all good here. How are you?
I make a ready action to petrify one of them when they get close, or if they try to get close.
You see your two Anor knights pushing their way through the crowd and coming upon each of them, one of the cloaked figures, grabbing and pulling them out the other side of the crowd pretty gently, but in a kind of forceful way, and disappearing down an alley on the side.
Is that all of them gone then, or is there still one in the crowd?
Did I say 3? Then yeah,
said...
there's still one more in there.
I've got my eye on that one, and I'm ready to. If he makes a move in a mildly threatening manner, he's getting petrified.
Mm-hmm. The address continues. It ends. They they thank everyone for coming, and that all the preparations that were going to be for the reception that were for yesterday are going to be for tonight, and like it's a whole thing. And they conclude, they fall back in line, and they exit with the knights. That man in black didn't ever seem to move.
The ones that when they went down the alley, did the guards ever come back?
After a few minutes, the guards did come back with the men in black cloaks and left them just to their own devices, and they've remingled into the crowd.
I would try and hang behind to talk to the two of them.
Okay. And yeah, as y'all are marching off, they're there with you.
So, what was that? What was it about?
Oh, nothing. Just an older man and one middle-aged boy, really. They just wearing cloaks today.
Still gotta be too careful.
Of course. You all walk back
By
up to the
any
castle.
chance, did you check their necks?
For the tattoos, I didn't see any. It creeps onto the face pretty hard. It's hard to miss.
Okay, just making sure.
And if you're gonna be passing me, all right. So we're getting ready to go now.
We'll see what Roderick and Hitomi say, because they might want to stay for the reception tonight.
Okay. I'm gonna go get changed though.
Yeah, it's weird seeing you out of armor. Not that I'm complaining.
Winky face.
Yeah. Yeah, right now you can see her full bust size.
Thumbs up.
That's
why I ain't complaining.
Hashtag Vera art page for F5020.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm gonna go get into my armor.
But yeah, you guys make your way back to the castle. You work your way back into the throne room. Eleanor breaks off, goes to get breastplated up, and you guys just waiting through to tonight for the reception and everything.
I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, I just vaguely got duty.
You
books, that's about it.
You vaguely guard duty them all the way up to and into this reception. There's dancing, there's celebrating, there's drinks, there's a lot of like flowers, and this time like not a vase is being left unturned as the knights like patrol through.
All of the flowers have been put in those like hanging little dirt gardens instead. Like
every once in a while, like you'll see like a guard like walk up to like a pot and just like knock it a little with the end of his pike, and it just like rock, moves on. Like it seems to pass without issue. Let me go ahead and make a. I don't know. Hitomi and Roderick do have the first dance and all that, and for wedding stuff. Hitomi's very good. Roderick is quite poor at a 17 and a 5 raw rolls.
He's built for lifting things, not dancing.
This is a Beauty and the Beast shit. Like,
he's a stocky man.
But yeah, no, it's a beautiful little celebration. Hanging lanterns. It's all set in kind of orange on cream. Yeah, nice reception. You guys trying to leave tonight? Or you guys heading out in the morning?
We'll leave in the morning.
Which, by the way, all of today running around, there has been kind of a nip in the air. Today
is coming.
Today is the first day of snowfall. You've just entered winter. Congratulations.
While at the reception, actually, Nell's gonna be basically just poking around, just basically trying to get everyone like a feel on like the general populace's if I can speak today, general populace's opinions on what everything is going on currently. Like, are they worried? Are they upset? Are they in a good mood? Things like that.
In general, go ahead and make a diplomacy gather information to feel the room real hard.
I mean, see, we talk with people too, just socializing and whatnot.
Okay, with a 32, just a raw 10 becomes 32. The 32, you wander around, you talk to everyone. You get a very fine pinpoint on where it is. Everyone is very excited. Everyone is very happy about the potential of living in a kingdom not constantly plagued by war. Everyone is also really nervous about they were already kind of on edge that something like what happened the other day would happen, and now that it has happened, they're all real concerned.
All right, understandable. But basically, everyone seems to be happy with what is currently going on. They're just upset about the whole wedding thing. Okay, everything's good. Everything is fine.
I do want to try and find V's during all the reception stuff.
You deftly locate her as that she has scarcely left your sight this evening. Did you need something?
I mean, I don't know how much I've worked my way back into good graces. It could ruin all of that if I asked you to dance with me.
She kind of like smiles and grabs your hands and kind of like backsteps out into the dance, into the little dance floor area. Which, by the way, are you armored right now?
No, I wouldn't be.
Okay.
Not for this.
She wanders back with you and into the dance area. If you would for me, one, make a knowledge history, then make a perform dance.
Okay.
Oh, this is glorious.
12
okay.
On the knowledge history.
And
here goes Maori. Oh, I'm gonna be not poor.
Okay. Real quick, let me just. Goddamn, I actually have to get her sheet to know for sure here. Scroll. Phone call. Phone call. There's mom. Oh yeah, no, perform is charisma based. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No idea what we're doing.
there's no way this is dex based or something. Nope. Enjoy. Yep.
Fine. I'm fine. I'm
Um,
fine.
somewhere in the mix of you two, okay, you have a hard time, like, you scan the crowd and you recognize that some of the dancing is kind of to a pattern. Like, this is one of those, the dance kind of dances. This isn't just a grab my neck and sway back and forth kind of things. And you don't really know it. And
It's
you
fine, I
can
don't care.
kind of fake it, and you can tell that Vise has been taught it before, probably when she was a young girl, because it is not showing right now.
It's fine. I don't care.
As you two flop like limp noodles all across the dance floor.
Wonderful. I couldn't ask for more.
There's something incredibly endearing to how to the aggregate how poorly this is going, but
I should teach you some of our dances from where I come from.
Well, they have to be better than this. Oh god. Yep, nope. Ow, ow, ow. Nope. But yeah, no. The night passes. It is cute where it is cute. It is skillful where it isn't. Y'all leave tonight. You leaving out tomorrow?
I vote for tomorrow. Let's let everybody rest and recover, and we can saddle up and just head out tomorrow morning.
If you head out tonight, though, you can tie tin cans to the back of the airship.
Oh lordy.
But yeah, is that what everybody wants to do? One more sleep before departure.
Yeah.
I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need right now.
All right. You all wander to your sleeps. And
I keep for 2 hours and then back to guard duty.
okay.
Ditto.
And you both resume the post that you had the previous nights. And beep, beep.
As we do go up to bedrooms, I do kind of wanna if they are with me while I'm going out to do the guard thing, just like some of us have to work, so keep it down next time. To Hitomi.
Hitomi just like looks at you, looks at Roderick, looks back at you. Big wide smile, face slowly fills in red from bottom up. Walks on.
I'm just saying, some of us work.
Somehow I doubt she gives a shit considering you technically drove her out of the room the first time you.
Yep.
So I doubt she gives a shit.
Which at this point tonight, you do find when the four of you make it back to the room, Vista's gather her bedding stuff and leaves to go to another room. This time, because there is now no immediate danger.
Oh wait, man, she's going off to another room. She's gonna be unsafe. You should insist that she sleep at your post.
I think I've only just scraped by not being beheaded. I'm gonna push it.
If you really want to make sure she's protected, so you can make sure she sleeps in one of the other rooms, like possibly with Chef, Tyra, or Nell.
Jeff doesn't need to sleep the same as Koke.
Right.
How far away from the normal bedroom is she traveling?
About 2 rooms down. Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
Just base intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Natural 20.
Wow.
Due to your internal mapping of this castle and you being able to experience it both from the inside and the outside, like the room layouts, that's Zuth's room. You've been there before. You've flown by it, like a lot of times.
Oh,
and what's the room in between?
It's the storage room. Suspicious storage room.
I'll park myself in front of the storage room so I can look at both doors.
Mm-hmm. And you do. Can I go ahead and get a perception check from you and a perception check from Chef?
15.
17.
Okay.
I'm putting points in this next level, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna start putting points in spellcraft of all things. What the hell?
Next morning, you all wake up. Second day of snowfall. Refreshed and reinvigorated. Some of you may be hungover. It's a little cloudy today.
Well, armor up and go meet everybody for airship.
Okay.
And also to pick up the beeps.
I'll go and knock on Zuth's door.
Okay. Dum 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 dum. Couple of moments pass. Coming. V's. Step, 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 step. Hey.
Hey, we're probably going to be heading out soon, but I don't know if you're going to be able to come with us. Your father hasn't given me a response on that yet.
Well, and she peels the door back for another 40 degrees, and she's got a suitcase right there next to the door.
I'd love to take you with, but I'm only just scraping by here. He's mad enough as it is. At least let's see what he says first.
Okay.
Is Zuth there, by the way?
He is, and she turns around, and small boy rubbing sleep from one eye, kind of slowly tapping over to the door.
Hey there.
One springy rabbit foot at a time. Hey.
How you doing since I last saw you?
Blink, 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 blink. I haven't seen you before.
Oh, but that's where you're wrong, and I turned into a bat!
What?
Hearing the poor kid!
Surprise! I'm the bat from the other day.
You're the magic bat! But
yes!
you're a lizard lady, too!
Yes! I turn back to normal,
Air quotes normal. Wow! That's really confusing.
I told you I was magic.
Uh-huh. Looks up at Vise. Can you turn into a bat?
I could teach you.
You can teach people how to turn into bats?
I look left. I look right. How are you with cats?
I love cats.
Okay. Just give me 30 seconds here.
Okay. How do I picture
30 seconds.
just immediately
just
going
hang on.
to...
Javon magically appears to see the giant cat by his son.
It takes a moment to kind of, and then I turn to a coat. Rise, I'm also a cat.
Oh my! Oh wow!
I can teach people to do this, isn't it
Kid
cool?
is completely unfazed.
Grabs you, starts climbing on.
Okay, here you go. I'll lower myself. I am so gonna get caught and killed, aren't I?
One grabby tuft of fur at a time, just right up onto your back, like.
Oh, God. Oh yes. Oh, there you go. I put her around in circles, just outside the door.
He just points down the hallway. Go.
I trot at a moderate pace down the hallway and back up.
This is definitely when Jermon shows up. And
Right?
Is like, no, Dad, no. Zuth just wanted to see some pussy. It's fine.
Oh, gosh. God almighty.
But you.
I'm Beast's animal companion. Lie. Ignore me.
You walk him around for a little bit and you bring him back. It's It's probably been in the ballpark of 18 to uh
24
to 24 seconds.
Okay. Mark them off. And I turn. Once he's down, he's safe. I stand up as me, like, whew. Oh, I wish this didn't tire me out so much.
She's just got her arms crossed, just like grinning, head cocked a
What?
little bit to the side, like daw face.
Anyway, I'm supposed to be guarding. I was just letting you know that we haven't got an answer from your father yet, but
Yeah. I mean, I mean, let's go see him then.
okay, let's go see him then.
Grab suitcase, starts walking down hallway, grabs you by the wrist, pulls you in.
See you later, Zoof.
Oh, bye.
Bye.
I'll stay here with my books. Goes back in door closes.
Tyra was slightly curious as to what kind of books he's reading.
Necromancy and you.
Probably something you've read before, child.
The tortoise in the hair.
She walks down the hallway. The coral in the hair.
Oh wait, I actually got it. It is the Kojin and the Viera.
Yeah. Walks down, knocks on a door. Oh, hang on. Yes. It's V's. Can you come to the door? Okay, give me a second. Yeah, hang on. No, let me just stumble.
I have a feeling when he opens the door, he's just gonna look at me with such an angry look that I'll just be slain upon impact.
Germond in sleeping robe, like big long flowy sleeping robe. What do you need, Vase? Holds up a suitcase. Looks up, just looks at him. Looks down at her. Looks over at Koke.
I just look like I'm not involved in this. I got dragged.
Turns around. Looks back into the room. You can kind of barely see in the sort of dim light of the room, which, yeah, actually, no, Cookie, you get dark vision, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you just look in, you can see her. You see Elion in the kind of blousey, flowy, thin, sleepy thingy. Just look at him, nod. He turns back around, door kind of narrows a little bit. You can go with her. She just kind of stops, looks back at Koke, looks up at him like, really? Just like that? I can just go with her? Really? I've been keeping an eye on her for the last few days. And I honestly believe that she cares about you more than I could ever pay the wealthiest guard in the world to be a knight for you. I couldn't imagine someone more capable of protecting you than someone that loves you.
Aww.
Internal. Oh no. Oh no.
And Eleanor is just thinking, am I out of a job now?
There's still another fucking princess.
Yeah, I've got the other.
Looks at her, kind of like looks back at Elion. So fine, you can go with her. With your sister. With Eleanor. Between the four of you, I couldn't imagine any harm coming to you.
Suddenly Cactar PTSD.
Flashbacks.
To be
No,
fair-
no harm
to be
at all.
She is still alive because of me.
Yeah.
If anything does happen, I can just fix it. But I'm not gonna say
Hopefully.
that. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah, don't.
No way.
We're gods, right? This is. I can't roll this many dice. I need my phone.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd give me a moment to be changed, I'll be out there to join you. Most of your belongings have already been moved to the airship. And he kind of like leans back into the door and just. And the two of you are left in the hallway.
We should go and make sure everybody else is ready to go.
Okay.
I'm not meeting her gaze at all, and I'm shuffling off.
Mhm.
Like, oh no.
If there's time before everyone else is gathered, by the way, Nell is like reading some more of those books.
Okay. Go ahead and make another knowledge arcana check.
I'm gonna have to start taking points in this. Or not. I
Okay.
just gotta keep rolling above
Yeah,
this,
above,
apparently.
yeah, above high. From what you're picking up here, you could pretty easily dunk a level into this and get shit out of it. Like you've got it. You've got it so hard, man. Like you keep this up, you're gonna start casting from it on accident. Like just because it's getting that.
Maybe over 100 pounds of books. I'm gonna have to probably read at least one of
Yes.
them each.
It'll take you quite a while to get through it. And between all these fundamentals, like this is enough where if you were trapped in a room with only this for the rest of time, you could get to probably level like 12 astrologian just reading these. Like
God damn it, Oris.
Jeez.
Alright, gonna start packing these up. If anyone like knocks on the door or opens the door, they'll probably just see Nell just like struggling with like a giant pile of books.
Yeah, Tara probably be checking on, make sure everything's set. It's like, by the way, did you ever even get that that mail, that little shirt actually like check for what actually is on a spell for it? 'Cause I thought that thing was enchanted. I thought that thing had it.
It was just +1.
I thought there was a spell associated, something enchanted with it as well.
I don't think so, no, unless I missed that.
you may be thinking of the other mail that he was trying to sell you.
Yeah, that
Possibly. Okay.
He was trying to sell you like a weird set of chain armor that.
Yeah, that gloom stuff. But I was just like, yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, there was a
That
gloom stuff. I
mail.
thought there was something else, but okay.
Yeah, and
it
it
was a
makes
dragon leather,
makes
but-
things roll poorly around you. Like it's just a weird armor set.
Yeah, I'll
For
just
some
deal
reason, I
with
thought there
the.
was a-
I'll just deal with the medium load until we're on the airship proper when Koki's got the bag ready.
Which it's ready.
Yeah,
Yay!
just crafting through the night out there in front of the doorway because of how goddamn easily it is.
So next time I see Nell, it's just fling. There's your magic bag.
And you just see me like throw book after book after book, and I'm like, just go in.
Well, I kind of you turn the magic bag like upside down and just the whole entire pile.
Well, yeah,
a
no,
mountain.
like,
It's like,
well,
oh god.
you stack them in like vertical stacks, like a bunch of pillars, and then you just go from the top of the pillar just down the pillar, and then just scoop it at the bottom and just start scooping down from the next pillar.
I'm just for hilarity's sake that I do the whole throwing thing, and then either Koke or Tyro or someone points that out. I'm like, oh, just do that from now
By
on.
the way, that bag on its own weighs 15 pounds. And no matter what you put into it, it will weigh 15 pounds.
Awesome. Sounds good. Puts me well within.
And you'll still have, 150 pounds of space. You can stick some spare weapons in it. You can stick your full plate in it. You can stick your trophy greatsword in it. It's really just kind of helpful.
You could stick a petrified assassin in it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You could probably stick like 3 of them in there.
Right into Lullafels. Well, actually, Taruto for this, but yes.
If they were Taru, you could get like 8, and you could just have your fucking ammo bag for throwing Taru.
You could fit me in there with those books.
Yeah, no.
Because I'm a fucking dangly noodle.
But don't leave him in there for 10 minutes and 1 second.
Yeah, suffocate.
If you think I can hold my breath for that long, you are sorely mistaken. I've got like
it has 10 minutes of air.
I've got like
I gave you
6
one.
con,
I
man.
gave you 1 second before you suffocate.
That's about right.
Yeah, totally have to write a letter to him later.
Oh yeah. You all gathering up to go to the airship?
Yes,
Yep.
let's all gather up.
Okay.
Actually, first of all, I need to go check on Echo. Grab the assassin.
Yeah, we're taking... Those are part of the entourage that we'll be bringing them. We're not leaving them.
What was that?
We are bringing Echo and the assassin with us. They are part of the entourage to Abaddon. We're fine.
Yeah. Why are we bringing the dude?
So that he doesn't get counter-assassinated.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, basically you're witness protectioning him up in an airship where no one can get to him.
Oh, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Something that you loosely discussed with Germond.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, you all gather up down in the throne room. Whether with Eleanor's participation or not, a light breakfast is put together.
Yay.
I'm getting ready to leave. I don't have time to cook.
And those who are bothering to put armor on, put armor on. Those who aren't, whatever, don't put armor on. You pack all your shit up. Everyone's got all their bags, all their gear. What about everyone's chocobos?
Yeah, well, I have no idea where we parked those.
They're here in the castle.
I think they're in the stables.
Yeah. Would we be able to leave them here until we're coming back? We have the princess.
Yeah.
The collateral, leaving your credit, leaving your driver's license to get roller skates, leaving your chocobos to check the princesses out, like.
Yeah,
considering we're helping out the royal family.
I mean, yeah, we are. Yeah, we are coming back because I mean, yeah.
I say we bring them along. We're gonna have to park outside of city limits, and we're gonna, we may need a hasty entrance or exit, or
communal mount.
There may or may not be a dungeon within a day's ride that we need to go raid to go get a MacGuffin.
That's a good idea. Not just getting the birds up is going to be the silly part.
Oh, that's
we do have somebody with like 11 casts of Dimension Door that he could just hug, whip.
They're larges.
I honestly say we leave them because we might be able to just hire chocobos while there, as well as if Chef spends the next few days travel, just give me communal mount. We should be fine.
Yeah, we have communal mount, but also the airship has a crane.
Mm-hmm.
We could lift them on as cargo.
Would the crew be fine with that?
Where are we going to put them?
I mean, there's a storage hold, but we're gonna reek in there.
Which I'm assuming that by now that Nell's loner speeder is back in there at least.
Yes.
Has been rescooped by the crew.
That's true. We don't have the hay or the stalls. They're just going to be pooping on the floor.
And having
I'm not cleaning that up.
And having non-intelligent birds on the ship, we're gonna have to park somebody with them to keep them calm.
Yeah, we're gonna.
And I'd rather have all hands ready for combat.
Yeah, Tiro's communal will work, I guess.
Yeah.
I vote towards communal.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, let's just leave them behind.
Pick them up later.
All right. You all opt to leave your chocobos boarded here. You gather all your shite, and you head over to the airship.
Yep.
Going out there, you do find there's still some loose scaffolding around from where they were repairing it, but it's in good condition, much better condition than when you left it in, with one of the little bubbles, like eye bubbles, blown out and covered in fucking ballista bolts and holes all over the hull, and
Yeah.
it's mostly put back together.
Good.
I yell up for Ben.
Oh, she's back. The little ladder gets whipped down to you. And yeah, the funny thing is, as you guys are approaching into the bottom of this thing, on one side of you the ladder's getting lowered. On the other side, there's a large bipedal robot directly underneath the cargo hold of the mech with straps tied all around it.
What?
Oh my god.
That?
Wait.
That's the one from the
Don't
courtyard,
you fucking... Wait.
How?
Courtyard.
The one that you tried to animate and failed.
I remember we gave that one to Cookie.
Yeah,
And you see as you all kind of approach over to the ladder where Ben's dropped it down, you see Cookie like around one of the legs. Try it again, hard this time. Come on, put your back into it. Kind of like lifts, creaks slightly off the ground, lands back down. Lifts slightly off the ground, lands back down. Oh, come on!
Can I apply an extra 15 pounds of lift with my stupid ring? Just little tiny bit.
Mage hand it up. You get the impression with the thousands of pounds that are being lifted, even under mechanical advantage, your ring isn't going to help a whole lot. You might,
Zero.
though, but...
Zero.
Oh,
Catboy.
wait.
Do
Yes.
you have levitate?
I do.
See if you can help with that. It could take 700 pounds off the weight.
I can give it a shot. I will expend 2 points of MP to try
Are
and...
we sure the airship's going to be fine carrying this, Cookie?
Yeah, they're having trouble carrying it.
It'll be fine. It's...
Sense motive?
Really?
Sense motive?
You can go ahead and sense motive him. Ooh.
I'm just asking a flat, really.
It is. With that, you can tell that he isn't sure. He doesn't know if the airships can just take this or not. Like,
So we just nudge Cocaine and go, he doesn't seem that certain.
Let me 1 second. What does my knowledge technology tell me?
from what you understand of this airship, it would be able to take it. Like, this airship, Cookie may be underestimating how much lifting power it has from what you've seen. But, like, it's a heavy robot. Like, God, that's a heavy robot.
Do we have to bring this with us now? We will be coming back to Lullin.
Well, what if we need it when we're out there?
What do you need a giant mech for?
Is it
What
functional?
don't you need a giant mech? It is!
When do you
For
not
once I
Really?
agree with Cookie.
I'm sorry, I don't live in anime land.
You should try it sometime.
just be prepared for penalty?
Does this thing have any capacity to jump or fly or anything?
Jump? Kinda, yeah. Fly, no. Climb, yeah.
Yeah, we saw it climb over
And
the wall.
what, pray tell God above, is the checks to drive such a monstrosity?
If it's working.
If it's working. For the sake of this, like, and I know that pilot is really just supposed to be for airships specifically. And the other ones, it's drive, right?
drive.
Yeah.
I would say that for a big biped mech, it would be better to have drive than pilot.
Oh, that's a difference between 7 pilot and 2 drive. So maybe a dexterity character might want to try it out more than me.
Hey man, I already drove a speeder. That's a little bit different.
Get a speeder and a mech now. Yay!
If
Nelda
if we
becomes a
can't-
getaway driver because she can't hit shit with the bow.
If we can't get this thing on the ship in like 5 minutes, we should just leave it behind and come back for it, Cookie.
It'll be fine. Which, by the way, you cast levitate on it, right?
I can cast levitate on it. Yes.
Do you?
Well,
It's,
are you?
Sure. Why not?
It's
Let's see what happens.
It's 100 pounds per level.
Okay.
So
Obviously, it isn't
700
pounds. Yeah.
pounds.
So not.
Yeah.
It's not gonna lift the mech. I'm sure it's heavy.
No.
The whole thing. The fact is that it will make it significantly easier.
lighter.
Yeah. As the you wave your wibbly hands and
As technically, I think if I'm granting this, I think with an inanimate object, I imagine I have control lift it.
Yeah, you do.
So with an inanimate object, you just hear me say, kind of like Susanna's voice, "Rise, rise to be a king."
Where did you get so booming and revelry?
The seas part.
Hello. As you cast it, you hear another like, and the little tips of the feeties off the ground, and you hear the ratcheting, and it's floating. It's suspended, and you hear another from the upper deck, and the thing lifts up in a little bit. It's like, there we go.
Is he doing that by hand?
Is there someone doing that by hand?
Go take a look.
Oh, for the love of...
I'm a little busy
I'm
right
going
now.
up.
Poor guy.
Ghetto.
Who is it?
You
10. I ain't going
you
up.
go up there. You find four of the thus far unnamed crewmen standing around a horizontal wheel, pushing at 4 spokes. And
How do they look strength-wise?
I mean, at least one of them's a little on the beefy side. Most of the others they're dexterity characters, really.
Swap out with me as I like tap one of them.
Oh, okay, sure, thanks.
I want to help too.
It's just Eleanor like quietly taps one of the other shoulders, just whispers, "I want to help too." Oh, sure, yeah.
Excuse me.
He parts for you graciously.
I guess I could help too if it's a strengthy.
As the bird walks up
You
and pecks on
literally
someone
get the
else's
work.
shoulder.
You get the workhorse in on it, like.
Chocobo Hall.
Actually, I could cast Chocobo Hall on others too if it helps.
I don't think it would help with this isn't carry capacity.
Oh,
this
it's
is
carry capacity.
pushing.
I thought it was strength. Sorry.
Yeah. There is actually application for that. I mean, even on the frickin' chart that my character sheet is on, it's like it lists overhead, off ground, push, and drag. I can push basically 1,800 pounds.
Holy shit, man!
Nice. Okay, and I will though move the players over to this map.
We should probably end this soon.
Yeah.
It is getting late.
Yeah. We're just kind of. I think as it stands, we're just loading up the airship and getting everything. Yeah. And leaving, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
So next session we'll have just like we'll be taking off then.
Okay. But yeah, after probably around 15-20 minutes, really, 6 inches at a time. No, with a lot of your help, could I get a strength check from Eleanor, from Koke, and from Echo?
I'm going to turn into a koal to do this.
Okay.
And
really?
Wow.
I'm the damn bird.
Power dog, let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
Is Echo just pushing it the other way?
Echo has a very hard time getting a grip on this thing because it is designed for hands, and Echo doesn't have hands, and like it's slippery,
right.
feathery wings against wood, and it's just not going. Let me add that up for real quick. If anybody else.
Basically, since it's since Chocobo Hall, I think it's just like Ant Hall, so it's like it gives you like the circumstantial 8 extra strength in regards to like carry capacity, which would apply to pushing and dragging.
Does that apply to pushing and dragging?
Okay. Well, I mean, it's if you look on that thing, it's like all basically there, and technically pushing and dragging is the same as carrying something.
Is carrying laterally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So for the sake of that, then it does push you guys over the target
if
60 combined between the four of you.
Yeah, if you want me to actually cast on how many would I need to with these rolls to plus 8 on all of these?
For what?
Are you casting Chocobo Hall on all of us?
You guys getting all of them?
No, I don't know. How many would I need to cast in order to make that 60?
Just one.
Oh, okay.
You're only 6 shy between all the sums.
Oh,
so
okay.
you Chocobo Hall up yourself as like you're sitting there like I can't quite. Chocobo Hall just walk into it.
Actually, I think I'm Chocobo Hall someone who could actually grip it.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Let's just go, please.
You get the points. This thing finally creaks its way uphill and gets swung out and slammed pretty deftly over into the gotta move some chests and speeders out of the way as this thing just gets stuffed into the side room here. What is this spear tip doing here? Get out of here.
You're not here anymore. Goodbye, Mr. Belt.
Not you, chest. Just you. But yeah,
secretly a mimic.
What's Sid doing all
Very
this?
few things are openly a mimic.
He's largely loudly cheering.
I'm gonna sort of, like lightly poke him on the shoulder. His attention.
Yeah.
Silly question. I know that you have some access to some probably say older tech magic. I don't suppose you have access to a spell that could actually possibly send a message to someone from a great distance away, can you? Or
absolutely. That's very basic.
All right. Would it be possible for you to relay a thank you letter to my? Actually, I heard that you're acquainted with my great uncle Oris.
Absolutely.
And
I can tell you like exactly the back of my hand.
If you could send him a letter thanking him for sending me some reading material, that'd be fantastic. Although I don't know why he had to send over 100 pounds of books.
Ooh, that sounds like him.
I would not surprise you two are acquainted, but that would be much appreciated.
All right, I'll send it off to him. Give me a second. It closes one eye, touches his head to hand, gets out a little scroll, scribble. Yeah.
No, but okay.
But okay, he's got it.
That was. I'll never understand magic. Thank you.
At least not that kind of magic.
Yeah, no. Apparently I can understand stars and bullshit, but apparently this not this.
I'm totally imagining if Nell had the power to send messages over distance with this, it would just be, hey look, the stars are forming a message. It's just go fuck yourself. Scrolling across the sky like a fucking neon sign at a baseball game, like.
No, see that's only to Koke.
To Koke.
Jeez. Because at this point, like, you could send your bard songs over arcane message.
Yeah, I think unfortunately all of us remember this clip.
Mm-hmm. I didn't mind that movie. It was good. It was good.
It was slightly above par.
Never seen that movie.
Was that robots? Yeah. It was a passable film. Much like Kung Fu Panda 3, a passable film.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I think we're all settled.
You load yourselves up now with the mech there. You do find scattered in a few of the bedrooms pretty substantial piles of bags and boxes. Has a lot of the stuffs from the castle in Lullin have been migrated to the bedrooms. These particularly locating some first off in the rooms, Roderick and Hitomi in the kind of the two fancy rooms between the pair of the princesses. As Vise looks out over the big glass window thing up next to her room of just, I have my own room now. Flop.
With a paper thin wall next.
I mean, it's a thick piece of wood. But yeah, you all board the airship. You're all crewed up. Cookie's there. Cookie's assistant Eddie is there. Ben's there. Jeremy's there. Hitomi's there. The number of named people on this boat is frankly ridiculous.
Is David there? The assassin guy?
Oh shit, David is there. I gotta go copy him.
So many names, you forgot one.
I have a cheat sheet.
I have
a cheat sheet.
We got everybody here.
Lullin King's study. Copy. The map that is still labeled Garland's Lair. I still haven't renamed it.
Well, we need to give it a new name. We need to christen it.
Mm-hmm. And David's here, still tied up, because he still has the webbed fucking attribute. Are you sticking with him, Echo?
Probably untie him if we just keep an eye on him.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on him.
Okay, then.
I'm sure he's probably getting pretty familiar with me, just at least comfortable with me, and not like.
He is brought to be near you when you're wheeling the thing up. But yeah, you all find your places. As you start getting packaged up and ready to go, you do notice a small crowd is gathered around the base of the airship, kind of looking up into it. Particularly Tyro, Eleanor, Chef, Nell. You all see it out the big bulby window in the kind of mess area.
Do they have champagne bottles? Are they making attack rolls against our?
God damn it!
Do we have range touch attacks?
Range touch attack
touch
champagne
attacks with blue tack, with blue tack with tin cans, like.
One rolls a crit, they just cause like a crack in the window.
It's like, we just fixed that!
Damn it, we just fixed that!
In fact, that window in particular.
Fuck that window in particular.
But no, you see a lot of people with banners and flags, like they're waving them. They all got kind of the memo that you're leaving, and this is one of those once in a lifetime sights of watching crazy super airship fly off.
They got an airship in that town.
They
though.
do. It's like
it's a fucking Hindenburg.
With what you guys have to what that thing is, like it's a different kind of thing, like it's an inflatable balloon with a cannon on it versus
a dirigible,
the war fucking barge.
Yeah.
Have you guys even? Let me see if I can.
What is the pilot DC for doing like a quick turn?
For doing a quick turn?
Yeah, so like if we rise up, I can like not like hitting anybody, like so we're like high enough over them, like with a quick turn, and then head off to where we're going.
I think
No,
it's a
a bit
pilot
of
DC
showy.
of 20. I can't, and I don't want to start combing through the Starfinder shit right now, but I think it's 20.
I wouldn't be able to make it with taking a 10.
All right. And she's just gonna stand by the window and wave.
Slowly, you feel the ship kind of start rumbling to life as Cookie gets the engine going down below.
Ah, Misty War Girl. Tap, tap.
Yeah, I see Tyra's already taken a position at La Crystal. I was
just
like,
gonna take the seat, holds his hand out, like, all right, let's do this. Like he's gotten so used to being able to do this, he could probably do it in his sleep. But I'd rather not try and roll an Arcana check for that.
Go ahead and roll a with your casting mod. Just casting mod roll. I think it was.
All right, so just the 1d20. Okay. Plus 4.
Okay.
Not nearly as good.
And as you kind of push yourself into it, maybe you're a little rusty, but it's like, all right, let's just. And you are suddenly hit back by it, by just the wave of whoa, 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 of we are at full batteries now, man. All full systems on Steam. The tanks, like.
Yeah, the fresh.
We
pipes,
refilled like.
The pipes are calling.
Yeah, the fresh fuel. Yeah.
It's.
Oh,
This
right,
is like it's. Is
it
this
was
like
the
its
con
first
that I rolled to actually
refuel
understand
and-
how the hell this thing works. That's right.
This is the first time that it's had formal proper repairs done. Like when you guys first found it, when you guys first took off with it, you found it where it was the last time it was used. Like
halfway in a mountain.
like halfway in a mountain that had grown up around it. Like so this is one of those moments where this is the first time that it hasn't limped off the ground, and you finally get the impression, whoa, this thing was limping this whole time.
Oh, you beautiful, beautiful thing.
Frame drive charging.
All the buildings go flying off from Lullin, like.
I'm taking a 10 for a 17.
Okay.
For my pilot, just let's go, go, go.
And with Tyro charged and Koke piloting and Cookie faffing about, this thing leans back to upright from its like 10-degree tilt it was on. And with a thick whoom, 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 just lifts straight up out of the ground. Like the cheering just like erupts from the audience. Oh, yeah! Like big old Lullin banners.
Eardrums shout.
As they just hear, as they're just like the force of boom, Inception sirens comes out across the mall.
Watching all of their ears just blow back as.
Yeah, no, like you see like the bunny ears like up, springy, 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 tuck back, like. And the airship lifts, and it lifts readily and with a good little bit of turning, it leans out and brings around because you need to be going left.
To Abaddon City.
And
I remember correctly, I think you said it'd take us 2 days by airship to get there.
Something like
Something
that,
like
yeah. Yeah, I can redo the math to make sure, but yeah. As
This
party,
is your captain speaking. We will reach Abaddon City in approximately 2 days. So, relax and take it easy. It's gonna be hell when we get there.
boop, other side of the planet. Like,
yeah.
Like 1,100 miles that way. Oh, come on. Don't sticky on me. About 1,400 miles that way, so yes. Technically faster to go there this way rather than trying to loop around to get to it. But it's kind of a split either way.
We'll go. Since I'm piloting, we'll go this way.
Alright.
What?
Because
Yeah,
it's
no,
off
there's
screen.
there's a bug when you come close or you clip to the near the edge of the screen where it like the float breaks and it's just like everything is 0. I can't divide by this. Ah.
As far as I go, it feels gone nowhere.
All right.
But
All
yeah,
systems go.
you guys lift off of the airship. Finally, after and in the second session, you guys are told you need to get this princess to that city. Now, like 35 sessions later, you're finally leaving.
Hey, we had a full schedule.
Yeah.
And
Man,
yeah,
we saved Lullin so many times. They can't
Mhm.
fucking sass us about being a little bit late because we've been so busy saving their city.
and we're
Yeah.
gonna call it there for the night.
Everything.
Nearing about 3 hours on the
Yes.
second half here. So yeah, if you stuck with us through to the end here, thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you.
Also, thank you.
We'll see everyone again on Saturday. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes.